Hey, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about 3 things that will tell you that your space is draining you. And if it's draining you, then you should change that shit. So let's jump right in. Okay. So here, there are many signs that your space could be draining you, but here are 3 top ones that come up when I ask this question of myself putting together this presentation. So here are some pain points. It may not be pain, it may be discomfort, it may be something along those lines. Okay, when I say pain points, I mean that's kind of a general point. Okay, pain points you may not even notice, right? Or you might notice or have some awareness of. So, one that we hear a lot is constant clutter. It can re-trigger overwhelm. It can feel like a constant to-do list around you visually all the time, which would understandably trigger some overwhelm. Another pain point or point of discomfort would be harsh lighting. It can ramp up anxiety and discomfort. I don't know if you've ever had the experience, and let me know in the comments, of walking into an overlit grocery store or big box store or something of the like and just going, ugh. Lighting overwhelm for so many of us in general, but certainly, oh gosh, especially the neurodivergent folks. Yeah, let me know if that's you in the comments below. It could be an experience of, let me think of other places that I've personally had that experience. And you let me know if you've had a similar experience, because I'd love to hear from you and see where people are getting this from. I've had that experience in big box stores. I've had that experience in grocery stores. I have also had that experience getting my nails done. And actually, that experience of getting my nails done with a space that was way, way, way overlit seemed really exhausting, not just for me, but for the people working in the space. I thought, oh my gosh, if I can't relax here, and I would like to relax while I'm getting my nails done, because that is part of the experience, supposedly, right? For many of us, we go to relax and get pampered and get pretty, or get polished, whatever, whatever your goals are. And I thought to myself, gosh, if I really can't relax well in a space like this, I wonder how the people working here feel. And I wonder how conducive that is to their work and creativity. And so I've had that distinct experience in a number of different places. And those are the 3 that stick out just the most to me. So let me know in the comments below if any of that resonates with you, because I have definitely had that experience, and I know people who've had that experience as well, especially us neurodivergent folks. It can just be a shitstorm of discomfort um, when we walk into those kinds of spaces. Another pain point, another source of drain in a space could be a mismatch between decor and energy. A constant feeling of misalignment or something seemingly intangible, can't put your finger on it, unidentifiable being off, right? So you may walk into your own space and walk into a space in general and think something is off between the purpose of the space and how it's coming off, or the person occupying the space and who they are versus what's in the space. Maybe it's you. Maybe you walk into a space and say, you know what? This is my space. It's not reflective of who I am. It's not reflective really of my purpose. It's just kind of there. It's just kind of existing. It's just kind of on default. And if that's you, I'd love to hear from you in the comments as well, because that is so many people, right? And that is absolutely fair, and zero judgment, because most people don't even realize that that's happening. And then all of a sudden it's like this, aha, oh my gosh, my space really isn't a reflection of who I am. And let's change that, especially if you're in business for yourself and you find that you really want to convey something different to yourself, to others, to your clients, to colleagues, etc. Let's help you fix that. And if that's something you want help with, also let me know in the comments or send me an email, info@kdtt.com. I'd be happy to connect with you and see how we can help. And that is because, again, your space has a purpose, right? Every space has a purpose, to the fact where, in grad school, right? One of the first things we did as we were laying out a space, once we got beyond the conceptual part of a design, was to label a space. What is it for? Bedroom, bathroom, living room, office space, conference rooms, etc. Because that purpose is supremely important to understanding how to use the space and how to design it, of course, too. Let's talk about this. Your space has a powerful purpose, right? So whether you are using it that way or designing it that way or not, your space has a purpose. And your space, if it could speak to you, and I do actually believe in speaking to spaces. In fact, anytime I leave a space like a hotel room or something like that, I always thank it. I always thank it and sense some appreciation to it. And I think if your space could talk to you, it would tell you about the possibilities for it. It would tell you what it would like to become and how it would like to support you and how it would like to just be the shiniest, most spectacular version of itself. And maybe shine isn't the word that resonates. Maybe it is, but we all have our ways of quote unquote shining. And when I say the word shine, I don't always mean literally. I definitely mean from a space of existing in one's fullest potential. Okay. And your space wants to exist in its fullest potential. And I'm sure it would tell you that if it could tell you. So if your space doesn't calm your body and it doesn't support your calling, your goals, or your highest version of you, then it's not living out its full purpose either. And that's kind of a bummer. That's kind of a wompy womp. So let's change that. Let's definitely change that. Okay. All right. I want to close today with the following quote by Maya Angelou, one of my favorite people who rest in power, queen. The ache for home lives in all of us, the safe place where we can go as we are and not be questioned. And I take this quote as it's just lovely to be able to fall into a space where we're understood and where our space understands us, our goals, our mission, and we can just relax into that. And I believe space has the power to do that in all kinds of ways. And so that's part of my mission and why I am here to support you. All right. Well, thank you for joining. I hope that helped. And again, if any of this resonated with you, if you've had some ahas about spaces you've been in that have just been cringe with the lighting, or maybe your own space needs a little love, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. All right. See you next time. Thanks.